Greetings, fellow Gorehounds, and welcome back to a Blood Splattered vlog. I'm the Horror Guru.
And I'm Count Jackula.
And we recently we ended up stumbling upon this movie on Amazon called Eat Locals, or Eat Local.
Depending on where you are.
Yeah, Amazon listed it under both, and the movie itself, I think, was Eat Local? I can't remember. I can't remember what it actually said on the movie itself, but it's one of those two, which is a vampire comedy from Britain. We had never heard of it before. We decided to watch it, and it turned out it was surprisingly
good. It's really good, yeah.
Obviously, when it comes to British horror comedies, the go-to comparison is always Shaun of the Dead, but this is a very different type of comedy than Shaun of the Dead. This feels a lot more old school. I don't know how else to put it. There's a lot of, even though the narrative is played pretty straight, there's a lot of weird, almost Monty Python-esque humor throughout.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
yeah. It reminded me a bit of Cockneys versus Zombies.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that in there. Absolutely.
The same type of humor. It feels like it could be a companion piece with Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, yeah.
But it's unfair to compare any British horror comedy to Shaun of the Dead because it's like the gold standard.
Well, yeah, it's like comparing normal horror movies to The Exorcist or something that's just a bona fide classic.
Yeah. It's just unfair.
But this is a really fucking fun movie.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. And it's got a pretty awesome ensemble cast. You got Charlie Cox, Daredevil's in this. Using his normal accent.
Yeah. Agyeman Freeman from Doctor Who.
Yep.
Who played Martha.
Yep. You've got a who's who of British character actors who pop up throughout this movie.
Yeah, one of the leads from Torchwood is in this movie.
Yep, absolutely. She's in this.
Eva something Welsh.
Yeah, I can't remember all their names. I know this was actually directed by a British actor whose name escapes me. I'll put it right here. But it's actually their directorial debut.
Yeah, it's actually a really good first movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it shows a lot of promise actually.
What I really like about it is it's got a very unique balance between the serious and the humor. Like I said, the plot's played pretty straight, but it's got a lot of interesting, almost slapsticky moments throughout.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of people slipping on blood type humor.
There's also a guy who's a stuntman on a lot of Marvel movies. It's this Asian actor whose name escapes me. He actually gets to play a part in this movie instead of just being a stuntman.
Yeah, although he is also a stuntman.
He is also a stuntman in the movie itself, but he's pretty cool to see him too. Basically, the idea of this movie is the military is attacking this vampire meeting.
There's a meeting of vampires that's happening in this farmhouse in the middle of fucking nowhere. The military somehow finds out that vampires exist and a bunch of them are going to be in this one spot. So they surround the fucking place.
Yep. So it becomes a fight for survival between the military people and the vampires, but a very comedic fight for survival.
Yeah. And of course it's a big, who can survive till dawn?
Exactly. Absolutely. But that description makes it sound like Dog Soldiers, but Dog Soldiers was a far more serious movie than this.
Oh yeah, but Dog Soldiers is really serious in comparison. This is way more of a straight up comedy.
Mm-hmm.
There is one of the things that if you are a fan of Vampire the Masquerade, this movie is going to be double fucking good because you can tell that was a bit of an inspiration just because of the types of vampires that show up.
Oh, yeah. Also, the entire, mythology of how the vampire world operates.
Yeah. This is basically like an elders meeting. They're getting together to figure out what to do about certain fucking problems that they're having,
Including vampires that are eating a little too much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you're eating too much. We got to air you out.
Yep. Causing too much noise.
Yeah.
It's almost like a mafia meeting, but for vampires.
Yeah. They get across the idea that there are not very many vampires. They're in the lower hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
And they determine that it's time to bring in new blood. They need a new person because they've already decided that they're going to kill an old one.
This guy's actually my favorite character is the guy they bring in and they had to vote on him.
Yeah.
I like this guy. This guy is a lot of fun.
Yeah. And he's this Romani guy who is just there because he's dating one of the vampire elders who doesn't look that old because she's fucking vampire.
You get the impression that it was like online dating and this was the first time they were going to meet in person or
something like that. Yeah, they were going to go to a hotel and they're going to fucking knock boots and it was going to be all so good.
Like there's like this run-on joke at the beginning where he thinks that like, oh shit, are we going to have an orgy? Is that why we're here?
Like, wait, more people are going to be there? Look, I don't cross the streams if you know what I mean, you know, like...
I love this guy because this guy is just like a normal dude put in this weird comedic scenario.
Yeah, and the first funny thing that happens is after they make the proposal, they're real nice about it.
Yep.
They're real nice about it. They're like, okay, so yeah, here's the situation. Like, we need another vampire, and she said you'd be a good candidate, and we like her, so we're gonna say yes.
It's that classic British humor, trick where you have like the nice posh Britishness, but like with something horrible underneath it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same thing with what was it? Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz, yes.
Hot Fuzz had that same thing going on.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of that, and the guy's like, whoa, wait a minute. First of all, vampires are real. Second of all, what? You know, like, what the fuck is going on? And the archetypes that you have to work with are Charlie Cox is playing, he's a Romani vampire. Mm-hmm. And so he takes a shine. One. Yeah, he's an old one. Mm-hmm. Like he's been around since like Carthage or something. And he takes a shine to the young Romani because they have that in common.
And he's the vampire who's decided not to eat humans anymore.
Yeah.
He's basically become a vampire vegetarian.
Yeah. He just doesn't, he doesn't kill people. Then you have like the very sensual Toreador-esque vampire who's the one that seduced this young guy.
Yep.
You have the two old vampires, one of which is like your old, like, yes, I have been in charge for many, I am known as the Duke. And, you know...
He's like the mafia leader.
Yeah, he's like the mafia boss guy. You have the little old lady vampire who just knits all the time. Yes, dearie. You know, like... Which
leads to a great moment where when the guy looks in the mirror and it's just the knitting needles that float in there.
You know, and she's just like a little nice little granny who talks about eating people.
Yep.
You know, it's like, oh, yes, you know. Oh, and she's like a little bit racist.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Well, you know, like, just letting those foreigners in and it's just causing such a problem. It's like, that's, and the Irish guy gets really offended. He's like, it's fucking racist. I ain't no racist. And then you have Freema, who is like your punk rock vampire.
It was really awesome to see Martha in something like that.
Oh, yeah, it was. You know, very different character type.
Very different.
You know, like she's definitely a punch you in the face, ask questions later kind of character.
There's even a guy who's like the British crime bruiser vampire.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, and then there is Chen, who is like he's basically like John Wick the vampire.
Yes.
You know.
He's clearly like the guy who runs the security for the vampires while they do meetings like this.
He's the quiet guy who doesn't do anything and you're waiting for him to do something because you know it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, and it's awesome. Like he goes like full on like the church scene from fucking Kingsman on someone.
Oh yeah. I was actually really surprised that he wasn't on the cast of Daredevil.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I thought for sure that like because this was made after the first season of Daredevil, so I assumed like Charlie Cox had brought him on board because they had worked together on Daredevil. Turns out, no. But he had been in a ton of Marvel movies. And still is. Like, the guy does like 5 movies a year.
Well, I mean, Marvel's always going to need stunt work.
Exactly.
It's a good bit. It's a good job gig if you can get it.
Yeah. The humor in this movie is really good. It is a gigantic commentary on the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Holy fucking crap.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I
loved that Thatcher joke.
Oh, my God. Thatcher Farms?
Yeah.
Yes. Holy fucking crap. Like,
If it sounds like thunder's happening on the mic right now, that's actually someone just taking out their trash can.
Yep. So you can imagine what that jackhammer outside
would sound like.
Yeah, just...
I've had to basically put my headphones on and just blast music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, like it's bad. Anyway, back to the movie. Do you want to get into spoilers, or do you think we've sold people on the movie? Because
I think we've sold people on the movie, and I think we can go into spoilers now at this point.
Okay, great.
Now that we've sold you all on the movie, we watched it on Amazon, so check it out there. And with that said, let us move on to the spoilers.
So one of the funniest bits in this movie is the fact that they have captured these people in this farm so they could take over their farm.
The Thatchers.
The Thatchers. Now, turns out the Thatchers are cannibals.
Mm-hmm.
They're not ghouls. They're not vampires. They're not werewolves. They're people that eat people.
And you get this impression that they picked this farm because of that reason. Because, like, these vampires, while they're vampires and they eat people, they have codes of ethics.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be just eating people willy-nilly. So, like, this farm with these cannibals, it's okay that we, victimize them because they're cannibals. They're bad people.
Yeah. And you can tell that, like, there was a very clear, like, look, business then dinner kind of thing going on. Because when the action happens, these people are still alive in the basement.
And there's this great scene where they lock the guy that was supposed to join them in, but because one of the vampire leaders was offended that they got rid of his friend at the beginning of the meeting, he votes no on the new guy joining, just to spite everyone.
Yeah.
And you need a unanimous decision, so they end up deciding, okay, we're just going to eat the new guy then.
Yeah, we'll eat the new guy, find another one.
Put him in the basement while we deal with the fucking military. And there's this funny scene where the guy in the basement, like, he breaks free, and then he tries to break free the Thatchers, and he opens up this fridge and just sees all these human body parts.
Oh my God. This isn't even getting into, like, the bullshit that's happening with the military outside.
The fact that the entire thing is, like, a fight between the people in the military that want to just exterminate the vampires and the military dude who just wants to sell them to cosmetics designers.
Yeah. Oh my God. But one of the great things about this movie is it's a great everyone gets theirs.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Everyone gets theirs, and going in, you can't predict who's going to get killed.
Oh, yeah. That was the thing I was most surprised by. When you get to the end of the movie, the people who actually survived were not necessarily the people I thought were gonna.
Yeah, no. Like, Like
the only one
where
I was pretty sure was going to make it to the end was Charlie Cox. And
you were pretty sure, but you weren't sure. You knew he was going to make it to the end of the movie, but you weren't sure that he was going to survive past it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you're like, okay, well, this guy is, like, he's going to make it to the end of the movie, but there's always a chance that he'll, like, get killed at the very end.
It was partially because I'm looking at Charlie Cox. I'm like, he's, like, the biggest name in this movie. Everyone's a pretty big, like, British name, but he, at that point...
Well, he's international at
that point, he had just, like, started Daredevil and shit. So he had propelled beyond just the UK borders. So, like, I'm like, okay, he's, like, the biggest name in this movie, so he's probably going to make it to the end, unless they just want to make a big deal of him dying. Like,
exactly. And given the way the movie kind of starts, they do a really good job of setting up, holy shit, we actually don't know what's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Also, another thing that makes this not like Dog Soldiers is that Dog Soldiers is about the military people. Those are the people we're following, and the werewolves are the bad guys. This movie, the vampires are more or less our protagonists.
Yeah.
The one new guy is technically our main protagonist.
Yeah.
But, like, more or less, we're following the vampires more than the military on this.
Yeah. Like, by the time it becomes clear that the younger Romani guy is the protagonist, like, you're pretty sure he's going to make it to the end of the movie. You're not sure he's going to be human by the end of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
But, like...
by the end of the movie, you're like, okay, he's probably going to earn his place among the vampires.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's any vampires left to turn him.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, it's... this... I really love this kind of movie because it's just a joy to watch from start to finish.
Yes.
You know,
it's complete and utter joy.
Really funny. It's thoroughly entertaining, and
it's not the kind of humor you necessarily expect going in.
No.
You know,
the movie's full of surprises.
Like the pish posh military general guy, like, reminded me something straight out of, like, a Monty Python sketch. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Next, I eat the banana.
Yeah.
You know, like... yeah, it's a really, really good movie. Can't say enough good things about it, except Watch it. You will not regret it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And with that said, where can they find you, Count Jackula?
Well, you can find me on twitch.tv/count_Jackula. I stream most days at 6 p.m. and I always stream every Thursday and every Sunday. And you can also follow me on Twitter, which, let's be honest, why wouldn't you? Also count_Jackula. It's like there's a pattern.
Absolutely. And y'all know me, I'm the Horror Guru. You can find me at the Horror Guru on Twitter, on Twitch, on Facebook. Just look up the Horror Guru and Blood Splattered Patrons, and I'll be there. And if you yourself have seen Eat Local or Eat Locals, feel free to leave a comment below letting us know what you think.
Yeah.
And if you're going to watch it because of our video, come back and leave a comment afterwards just to let us know what you thought.
Oh, yeah, because we love it when people like movies that we like.
Absolutely. And if you want to help our channel out, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you're notified of our videos immediately upon their upload. And if you would like to help out my channel or his streaming more directly, then be sure to check out our Patreon pages. And remember, even $1 a month can go a long way. And with all that said, my fellow Gorehounds, we're going to find some more things to do to pass the time during quarantine. And we'll catch y'all later.
Elite anybody ain't no racist.